Well, I don't know what to tell y'all. He got pummeled like like two times, 2 or 3 times, and then the third. I mean, the referee saw enough, badly hurt, beaten to a pulp. But I'm gonna tell y'all something about Edgar Berlanga. This is probably what Top Rank saw that they knew was coming. I mean, now he can focus on rap music, Mister. I can't get enough of saying the N word. You know, and dude used to trip me out how he'd be just coming on those outlets, and a lot of people let him get away with it. But yeah, I'm not surprised by what happened with Edgar Berlanga. Um, I saw this coming a mile away. I never thought much of him as a fighter. I just didn't. I just didn't think he was that good. I just didn't. I just saw something in him that just was like, man, I don't know about this dude. And I saw it through the Top Rank years. I know he had got like 16 consecutive first round knockouts, but you got to look at the people that lined him up with, and then he didn't seem like his foot was both his feet was all the way in when it pertained to boxing. You didn't know if he wanted to be a rapper or whatever, but I'm just not surprised. I'm not surprised by this. I'm not surprised that he lost. I'm not surprised that he got stopped, and I'm not surprised about when it happened. The Latinos, the ones that saying that they helped create hip hop. Oh, what's up, man? Appreciate the super chat. Oh yeah, Edgar Berlanga. Yeah, I just spoke on that too. Um, I didn't did interviews with him, and I did kind of like gave him that look like, bro, don't be like, don't be letting them in words. I mean, he would just go on these outlets and just be, just spewing out that word like it was nobody's business. You didn't even see black people using the word the way he would be using it. And then once again, I blame that on black people because they should have been saying, hey, Edgar, be chill, man, chill, you know. So that's to a certain degree. Um, we got to take accountability on that because some of us was letting them get too comfortable with like saying that word. So, but after this thing with that goofball Mexican goofy, not Mexican OT, so now he didn't had his little 10 minutes of fame. So now he could go back to being irrelevant and not nobody even caring about him. So there you have it. Oh, Sacramento. Yeah, shout out to Sac, man. Shout out to Sacramento, man. Love Sacramento. Arden Mall. Um, but yeah, this is what Top Rank saw, and this is why Top Rank let him go without basically putting up a fight. Yeah. This is what no, but this is what Top Rank saw in Edgar Berlanga. They saw it years ago. When he attempted to like bite the dude. So they already kind of like had the antennas raised to him. So they was like, okay, we gonna see what happens. And then it got to the point where they just said, hey, we just want to part ways. And they let him go. Now it's gonna be interesting to see, what Eddie Hearn does. I don't think nobody's surprised. I don't think nobody's surprised. I mean, this is a dude that went the distance with Canelo and he threw like a party for himself or something. So, okay, you didn't get knocked out by Canelo. Okay, fine. But once again, that was a fight that nobody asked for. So, and to be honest with you, um, nobody expected him to beat Canelo. And I'm not surprised that he lost to this dude. I'm really not. Probably so. Probably so. I guess he gonna have a celebration. I guess he gonna have a celebration about this fight too, getting like dropped like what 3 or 4 times before the referee said, "All right, man, enough." But at the end of the day, this was Shakur Stevenson's night, and the women's card that you know that took place last night, it wasn't as bad as they making it out to be. Like I said, they're pushing a narrative. The only reason why they pushing the narrative about the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight because people were starting to get on their helmet about, hey man, what's up with y'all talking about Tom and Jerry? Is that listen? These people listen. Hey, these people listen to what we have to say. They listen. So they probably was like, okay, well, we better, people are accusing us of basically coming after black fighters. So we gotta, go after them, or we gotta at least say something. And they really didn't start saying that until today, because basically they was waiting until the smoke cleared. But I didn't have a problem with the fight last night. And it's kind of funny they making jokes about Amanda Serrano's basically punching way out of range. They called her the new Cuba Gooding Jr. from Boys in the Hood. They saying that they're gonna remake Boys in the Hood and she gonna play saying that she gonna play Trey, because you remember that everybody know that famous scene where he just threw these to this day. When I saw Boys in the Hood, I still don't understand the purpose of that scene. Everybody talk about it was so impactful. I was like, impactful how? Like the nigga just falling apart because he got because he got jammed up by the police. You know how many times I got jammed up by the police? I was like, shit. I mean, like, I thought that scene was kind of weird, but they made it look like it was the most impactful scene. They could have actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, that scene could have, they could have, that scene could have been on the editing room floor. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's exactly, yep. That's probably why he did it, because I was like, I never understood. Hey, when I went and saw that at the Century Theater in Oakland, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, but nah, but anyway, yeah, they've been making fun of Amanda Serrano's, but I'm gonna say this about Amanda Serrano's, which I talked about like briefly yesterday. She got to stop. Like, if she continue to fight, she just got to wear regular boxing boots and stop like wearing Air Jordans and stuff. Like, you know, that might be why she can't move the way she supposed to, because she be wearing like wearing Air Jordans and Jordan ones exact. Which, by the way, those are the greatest Jordans ever made. The Jordan ones in the force. And then in a distant third is the patent leather 11s. But everybody know the greatest Jordans is the ones that started all the ones, and then after that the Jordan Force. And anybody want to debate about it, let's do it. Well, she can't fight Katie. She can't fight Katie Taylor a fourth time. I think that's over with. Katie Taylor ended that. Hey, she put that to rest. She put that to rest. Yeah, I hated. I was like I didn't I didn't like that neither. Those boots that Devin had on when he fought Ryan Garcia, I didn't like those. I just think he should have just wore some regular. I don't really care for that kind of stuff. Just wear regular, just wear regular boxing boots. I didn't care for that at all. And I spoke on that. I forgot who made those. I forgot who made those boots for Devin. It wasn't the shoe surgeon. It was somebody else. But I had heard of the dude, but I just was like, man, just go back to basics. When you fight Brian Dorbert Jr., just go back to basics, man. Do what got you there. You know, do what got you there. Don't get caught up in testosterone. Don't get caught up in, okay, well, I got to prove a point. Um, because I remember I had talked to Devin. I talked to Devin and I talked to Bill because they was like together. And I had told them, I forgot who he was finna fight. And I was told Devin, stop, don't listen to everything the media say. Stop getting caught up in this stuff to where you got to try to slug it out with somebody and you got to go for do what you do best, man. If the knockout come, the knockout come. But at the end of the day, just box. Just box. You know, Andre Ward wasn't a big puncher. He was according to his record, he had a 50% knockout ratio. But then again, if Andre Ward punched a lot harder than people gave him credit for when he wanted to like really like go for broke, he'd make it happen because he had told me he not leaving. He not leaving that ring. He told me he was knocking Sergey Kovalov. He told me he was knocking him out. He said, I'm not. He said, I'm going to stop him. He said, I'm going to stop him. And he stopped him. I never thought much of Edgar Berlanga. I never did. I didn't think much of him. I didn't think nothing was special about him. He wasn't one of them dudes, when you seen him, you was like, ooh, yeah, this is a superstar in the making. I just thought that he was basic. And then when you was hearing about him outside of the ring, I know, and I hope Fat Joe is somewhere crying. I hope Fat Joe was at the fight. And by the way, that show with him and Jadakiss is hot garbage. When I say it's hot garbage, I'm talking about it is hot garbage. It's like terrible. It's not terrible, it's terrible. Yeah, nobody. hey, 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 I'm gonna speak on that too. Hey, but I had already talked about Edgar Berlanga when he was talking about Tito, but who have you fought? Who's that guy? Well, who's Edgar Berlanga? Who's that guy? Who's that? Who's who was Edgar Berlanga, dude? And you fought and you man, nobody asked you to fight Jaime Munguia neither. You need to explain to us, dude, why you got 7 fighters that's tied to Eddie Reynoso that tested positive for PEDs. Like I said, Eddie Reynoso is the real OJ the Juice man. He really do be, man. He really do be having quarter pounders of PEDs, quarter pounders, halves. You know what I'm saying? Ounces, zips. You know, he probably put his shit on a full fledged triple beam too. I'm talking about Edgar Berlanga. Like, yeah, he make Canelo. He put a big question mark. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Well, who the hell is Edgar Berlanga? Like I said before, Canelo need to be trying to explain to us him and Eddie Reynoso and what's going on with the boxing cover up, because this is a cover up. Media people ain't talking about this. The only people that's talking about this is the guys like me. Even the mainstreamers, the guys with the, you know, the 600, 700,000 subscribers ain't talking about this. You ain't seen Fight Hype talking about this really. I'm talking about going in depth like what I've been doing. You ain't seen Fight Hype talking about this. You ain't seen Marcos. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you expect Marcos, if you expect Marcos to like do these type of videos that I'm doing, Marcos want to keep his media credentials at all cost. But here go the thing, you guys. You just got the people now. You know the difference between real journalism and people that's just trying to stay in good with these dudes. I ain't even going to lie to you. Trying boxing, I think he is selling weight, and I think he's selling PEDs by the weight. I think he really put it. I think he got packs. I think he got. Hey, I really think he got packs. Like he really the juice man. Like, hey, you can get it in tea form. Like you get it in tea form. You can get it in hot burritos and enchiladas. I mean, you get it like for real. You get it. I mean, he. I should send one of I should send one of the Mexican guys I know to try to see could he get some weight from Eddie Reynoso. send, send, send him on an undercover assignment to see could I get some of that stuff from Eddie Reynoso. Be like, I got it. I got the pack. I'm like, he really do got zips. Probably he probably got weight too. Like, cause all his fighters is tested positive. All right, you guys. I'll be back later on. We definitely go finish chopping it up though. And keep smoking on that Berlanga pack.